Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm the Game Goat. Today I thought I'd bring you guys another kind of a tutorial or walkthrough kind of thing of the Abyss encounter on Crota's End. This is normal mode. The way that I usually do it is a lot of people don't go to this first lamp, but the first thing you want to do if you're a hunter is turn invisible if you can, and you'll have to be the blade dancer in order to do that. But the first thing you do is turn invisible and come up to the first lamp. A lot of people won't jump on the first lamp just because they'll run past the first two and go straight to the third. But there's a lot of exploders and just regular thrall here at the beginning, so I like to just go on each lamp, on every lamp, the first two included, and go up on top, crouch so you turn invisible. Before you're able to jump on top of every lamp, though, you're going to have to stand next to it or hide behind it or whatever, just so that you can get your weight back down to zero, because you won't be able to make the jump unless you can double jump, and you have to have your weight at zero in order to double jump. So with every lamp, you go, stand next to it, hide behind it, do whatever you have to do to get your weight down to zero, jump on top of it, crouch for it's just usually a few seconds, and then turn invisible. And you'll see me here try not kind of hide behind the lamp from as many of the things as I can, because if any of them see me, then they're going to continue chasing me. Now if I'm able to hide from them and not be seen at all by them, then eventually I'm going to basically leave them all behind, and there really won't be as many for me to deal with in the future, going on to different lamps and that kind of thing. And that's really helpful when you get to the longer runs where you've got a longer distance between each lamp. You'll see this one here is kind of one of the first longer ones. This one's not real bad. You only get, my light only got up to 3 there, but there are some lamps that definitely you'll get your light up quite a bit higher, and that's where it becomes more difficult. This one right here is definitely one of the longer ones. I think you'll see my light get up to about 5 or maybe 6 before I finally get to it. This will work. I mean, you can do this by yourself like I'm doing right here, or you can do it with a group of 6 or just 2 people. It doesn't really make a difference how you do this method or how many people you have when you do this method. But definitely it's easiest to do this method if you have a hunter that can go invisible, and you want to definitely have the perks like Shadow Jack, which allows you to stay invisible for longer. There's a blink strike perk you can get where when you strike somebody it makes you go invisible. That's definitely a huge help. You can see right there I just used it to go invisible so I could get my weight all the way off before I had to jump on top there. And then I shot right after I got up there so that it would make me go visible again. And then I was able to crouch and turn invisible as soon as it was available to me. Usually when we do this I have at least 2 people. I'm about to go past the first knight here. When you're invisible, he thinks you're still back there, so that makes it so much easier. He runs that way and you don't even see him again. But usually when I do this, there's at least 2 of us, and the other guy is usually a Titan, and that helps a lot too for the final part of this, having a Titan. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you've got a hunter, that's great, and even if you don't have a hunter, if you've got a warlock, warlocks can make it really easy to use your solar grenade. Just throw one on the ground and stand inside of it, basically, because then the thrall will not come to you. The thrall know basically if they get into that solar grenade they're going to die almost immediately, so if you're a warlock that's a good way to do it too. This character that I have right here, my hunter, is a level 31. I have the raid gear on, not all of it, but the chest and the arms are both the Crota's End raid gear. So, and then I have the Mask of the Third Man as my helmet. A lot of people like to use the exotic arm piece for the hunters. I can't think of what they're called right now, but they're the blue ones that look like Shredder's arms. But that allows you to stay invisible for even longer. You'll see here this right here is probably the longest light. I think my weight gets up to 7 or 8 maybe. Okay, 7, so that's definitely the longest one, the biggest one you got to worry about. Once you get up here, you're going to have people coming from in front of you, from down the hill, and you're going to have people coming from behind you. But a big thing that I try to do is be in the air. Like when it just says Weight of Darkness and there's no ×2 or anything, jump, and then while you're in the air it should go down to nothing, so you have no weight, and then while you're in the air you can do your double jump again and get up on top. It just saves you a little bit of time. When you come over here, I usually skip that last lamp, that one right there that was just in front of me, just because it's not really necessary. I mean, when you get over to this area you're going to be shaving off all your weight anyway, so, and then you want to run over and activate the plate and then come over and jump on top of this rock. Now there's more than one way to do this part. You can either sit here on this rock and wait for that ogre to come out and shoot him if you've got an icebreaker or something, or what I like to do is usually just go invisible, come over, hide behind this rock, and basically just wait it out. Just wait for the bridge to get done building. Usually you're not going to get seen. I think here I get seen and I actually have quite a bit of trouble, but I am able to manage. If you do end up getting seen, the best thing for you to do is just kind of move around. If you're invisible, move around, you know, move side to side from maybe this side of the bridge to the other side behind that other rock. And if one comes over to you, you know, do the strike like I just did so you can go invisible and they can't find you again, but you may have to move around the rock a little bit just to kind of keep them off of you. It's just so much easier to just stay invisible as long as you can. Usually you won't get seen. Most of the time when I do this method I don't get seen. Another thing you can do, like I just did right there, is if you have your super set up so that when you push the right trigger it causes you to go invisible, you can activate your super, push that right trigger, go invisible, and just get the hell out of there. It doesn't really take very long for the bridge to build, but if you do run into a situation where you're getting into trouble there, just stay crouched so you can go invisible, strike them with your blink strike and try to go invisible that way. Use your super, do whatever you can just to try and stay invisible and really just get away from them. You don't really need to have a hunter to do this, but it definitely is a lot easier if you do. Especially one that's able that has Shadowjack unlocked and can stay invisible for longer. And Fatebringer and Icebreaker are definitely two things that I would recommend, just so you can have if you get in trouble and you need to shoot the thrall, you can do that spread damage with the explosive rounds of the Fatebringer, or with the Icebreaker also has it when you get a kill with the Icebreaker, it causes the target to explode. So I guess to wrap it up, if you have a hunter, it's definitely the easiest. If you don't, I would say try it with a Titan because you can use a shield. If you have a Warlock, that's fine too. Use your solar grenades, it'll be the easiest way to get through it. But if you're on normal mode, if you're level 31 or 32, it's definitely going to be a lot easier for you. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial kind of walkthrough thing. And if you did, go ahead and like it and subscribe to my channel. I got a whole bunch of videos. I just did a tutorial of Crota's End on normal mode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.